Hello everyone, welcome to SE Academy. In today's lesson, we are learning trigonometry functions of a general angle. Now, remember earlier we worked with right-angled triangles, but today we move beyond 90 degrees. But a general angle can be bigger than 90 degrees, bigger than 360 degrees, negative, or located in any quadrant. What do I mean when I say a quadrant? For example, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, this is the fourth quadrant. I'll talk more on that one. Yeah. So before we go further, let's look at what we call the unit circle, and that's what's appearing on your screen. So in general angles, we use the unit circle. Now, what's the unit circle? So the unit circle, this is a circle that has a radius of 1. What do you mean when we say a radius? The distance from the center to any point on the circle. So the unit circle, it has a radius of 1. So for example, this radius is 1, so it's a unit circle. Not only is it having the units of circle of 1, the radius of 1, but the center is at 0, 0. As you can see, this is the center and it's at 0, 0. So this is a unit circle. And what are the other things that you should know about the unit circle? Another thing is the point on a circle is x, y. So any point on a circle, for example, this point here is what? X, y. This point on a circle. And for us to understand clearly, let's try to draw a straight line here. Now, what's there is, there is an angle here. There is an angle here. Now, what you should know about the unit circle is we have the y-axis, we have the x-axis. That's where that thing of you learned in physics comes in now, where sine theta is equal to y. So for you to find y, when you have the radius of 1 here, you have to what? You have to do 1, which is sine theta, sine angle, the angle which is here. What about the x? X is equal to what? Cos theta is equal to what? Is equal to x. So that's what we are talking about when you are talking about the unit circle. So that's where in physics you find that if you're having a value here, you're going to say cos theta, sin theta. But remember, the angle should start from what? The angle should start from the x-axis. If the angle is starting from there, then it will be the opposite. Y will be cos theta, x will be sin theta. So here the angle is starting from what? The angle is here, which is what? Is the theta. So now let's apply this. Let's try to do an example. So our first example is find sine, cos, and tan of 150 degrees. Now that's where the main lesson of today is. 150 degrees is not a 90 degrees angle. It's bigger than 90 degrees angle. So here now we are trying to look at even all the angles, trying to cater for all the angles. So how do we solve this one? The first thing that you should do is identify the quadrant. You should identify the quadrant where is 150 degrees falling in between. So before you go further, let me try to write the quadrants here. So this is the first quadrant. So how it goes is like this: 0 here, then there's 90 degrees here, then there is 270 degrees here, then there is 360 degrees here. Now, where does 150 degrees fall in? We can see that from 0 to 90 degrees not falling here. So it's in between 90 plus 270 degrees. That's where the 150 degrees falls in. So what do we do? So this was our first step, which is identify the quadrant. So 150 degrees is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So it is in quadrant 2, second quadrant. Sorry, this is 180 degrees here, then 270 here, then 360 again, where it started on 0. Yeah. So yeah, sorry for this. This is dirty now. 180 degrees. Then we have 270 degrees now. So we're going to find that 150 is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So what's the second step? You need to find the reference angle. So first we said it's 150 degrees is in second quadrant. 150 degrees is in second quadrant. So the next step is find the reference angle. So what do we mean the reference angle? So the reference angle, this is the angle which is somehow like starting from which is among the acute angle, like 90 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and again it should start from what? It should start from the x-axis. So how do we find this? So we find this, since it's in second quadrant, we are going to say reference angle is equal to 180 degrees minus 150 degrees. So you're getting the point? 180 degrees minus 150, because 150 is like this. We're going to find that 150 is like this. It bypass 90 here, so it will come something like this. So now we want to find the reference angle. The reference angle, something which is something 30, 60, what and what, yeah. So we do it by subtracting the one. For example, here it's in second quadrant, so we say 180 degrees minus itself. So the answer we are going to find is 30 degrees. So that's the reference angle. Now after finding the reference angle, now this reference angle is the one that we are going to use. For example, we have been asked find sine 30, sine 150 cos. So we are going to start sine 30 degrees. What is sine 30 degrees? So you should know this. What is sine 30? What is what? You should know them from your head. I'll make a video on this one. So sine 30 is half. So that's the answer. And another thing that you should realize is 150 positive is sign positive in the second quadrant. We have what we call asterisk, A-S-T-C. So in the first quadrant everything is positive. In the second quadrant sign is positive. So since it's matters of sign here, we are going to say it's positive. What about cos 30? Cos 30 degrees is, what is cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 over 2. Now, cos 30 is root 3 over 2. But because 150 is in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant, cos is negative, we are going to put negative root 3 over 2. So that's what we do. What about tan 150? So tan 150 also is going to be tan. We know the formula of tan. Oh, sorry, I didn't write it here. So the formula of tan theta is equal to y over x, which means tan theta is equal to sine theta over cos theta. So that's the formula of tan theta. So even here, that's what we are going to do. We are going to say tan 30 degrees is equal to which is what is sine 1 over 2 over what is cos 30, which is negative root 3 over 2. So therefore we just solve this question. We are going to find that this is going to be, so it's going to be 1 over 2 divided by root 3 over 2, which is going to be what? 1 over 2 times 2. So we are going to see that this one and this one will cancel. At the end, the answer that we are going to find is what? 1 over root 3. Now the answer that we should ask is tan positive in the second quadrant? No, it's negative. So our final answer will be what? Will be negative. So that's all about the general angles. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I will make another one just solving an example. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more lesson videos. So don't forget to watch the next video, because I'm going to do 3 examples.